It shouldn't come as any surprise that this is my favorite type of music to discover. It's a band that I had never heard about, recommended from somebody that I trust in terms of their musical tastes. Shout out to Matt O'Leary, find his channel up there. And it's like a warm hug. You know, you go in with no expectations and you just get really pleasantly surprised. So let's dive into it. The One Above by Hubris. So Hubris, which is spelt with a lowercase h and a period at the end, is a Swedish post-rock band formed in 2014. They are an instrumental quartet that are characterized by their original style, which blends experimental touch of post-rock, electronica, atmosphere, and some elements of the metal scene. That's from their Bandcamp. I wish I could find more information about it, and I believe this is their 5th studio album. And this is my first introduction to them, so I don't know what those other 4 albums sound like. I'm only going to be talking about The One Above. And as with that little bit of a descriptor says, they are a post-rock band for some really, really good post-rock, because the past handful of post-rocks from bands that I really, really love, like Explosions in the Sky or Oh Hiroshima, have kind of let me down with their later discography. You know, the last handful of Explosion in the Sky albums have just been duds, and the last Oh Hiroshima album really left me wanting more. Mogwai at least has been keeping up a pretty good game, and if we go into the more experimental side of things in terms of the post-rock, you know, Swans and Godspeed has been pretty good, but like again, I've been looking for that more instrumental, heavy on the guitars, really setting mood and atmosphere that I love from Explosions. And so when The One Above came out and, you know, I heard about it from Matt O'Leary, I got very excited. I got very, very excited. And I went into this. There are 4 tracks, and the shortest of those tracks is 9 minutes and 12 seconds. The album opens up with a 13-minute track, goes into an 11-minute track, and closes with another 11-minute track. And because the band gives themselves permission to have space on these tracks and develop the songs, it's bringing me back to that heyday of post-rock with, you know, The Earth Is Not a Cold Dead Place from Explosions in the Sky, where they allow themselves that time and energy to build up these tracks, to really bring in something really new. And what I love about Hubris and The One Above is their big, kind of more explosive side kind of leans more into the metal outwork as well. You know, they are a lot heavy at times, especially with the title track, the opener, the first track of The One Above. There are moments on this very chill, very atmospheric, very heavenly song that dips its toes into the metalworks. You know, it starts with a pretty loud and bombastic crescendo that carries the momentum through the rest of the track. And I love the ebbs and flows and the peaks and valleys that this 13.5-minute track goes on. And it never really sits still. You know, it always is bouncing from one motif to another, and it's always trying different flavors and trying different things. And I really do appreciate that. And I love the different soundscapes that we have on here. But I also love when they take the time to really build something up. As much as I love The One Above, and I do, and I love the ebbs and flows and the different environments that we go, I also love the singularity that some of these tracks have. Like the second track of Light is just a very basic build track. You know, it starts off fairly small and very like somber with just that one guitar lick that allows itself to grow and allows itself to become bigger and bigger and bigger. And yeah, there's ebbs and flows within it, and you know, it feels much more like you're drifting on a lazy river rather than walking through the jungle or walking through the tundra that you had with The One Above. You're kind of along for the ride, but it's a singular ride. And in that case, within the singularity, they're allowing themselves to play with the different motifs and the different styles. So you're allowing it to build up a lot more to a great crescendo, all within this one style. And I really appreciate that. And we feel this again with the third track of Shade and Gloom, where it's kind of like a marriage between those first two tracks. It is the shortest track at 9 minutes and 12 seconds, but it allows itself to grow. It has the first half that is this little bit of a meandering. You're kind of wading through the landscape, seeing where this track is going to go. And then by the midpoint, it finds its stride and it has this build. It has this climb that allows you to kind of climb up this mountaintop to really see the vast surroundings that we have around it. And it leads to a very pleasant and very satisfying build and climb and payoff at the end of the track. And then we come to the final track of Beneath Others, with a Y rather than an E. And I love this one. You know, it starts off with a lot of space and a lot of room, and a lot of that has to do with like this echo guitar that's playing through and building up the atmosphere. And what I love is the technicality that's found within the guitar works on here. You know, we have some really amazing finger picking that's almost akin to like a technical death metal. But because it's played on such an airy and soft motif, it provides such a unique sound that I haven't really heard before. You know, it's something that, say, like a Devin Townsend would play around with, where the technicality is allowed to be showcased in this kind of more atmospheric presence that I really do appreciate. And again, the thing that I love and the thing that I come to when it comes to post rock, it's that build up, it's that payoff, it's that climb. And this track is no stranger to that either. I love just how it builds and how it builds. And then you have this very satisfying crescendo that is then finally played out. And we get a really satisfying closer for this one. So yeah, what can we say about The One Above? I love this album. This one is probably my favorite album that I've heard up to this point this year. You really need to go and check it out. It breathes new life into the post-rock genre that I haven't heard for at least 5 years now. You know, the last really big post-rock album that I really, really loved was from Godspeed, and it's more on the experimental side of things. I love a post-rock that is chill vibes, that is like a warm hug. You don't have to worry about being bombastic or in your face or aggressive. It's just a chill time that has some really, really great climbs and really great payoffs. I will easily say that The One Above by Hubris is one I absolutely love with my whole heart. You really need to do yourselves a favor and check this one up. This one gets the note seal of approval. If you've been like myself and craving some good post-rock, you're going to have a good time with this one. So go and check this one out. I think that this one is good for anybody. The hardest metalhead to the softest yacht rock will get something out of this. So yeah, go and check it out. Note seal of approval. I think this is a run, don't walk to go and listen to it. So yeah, that's it for me for The One Above by Hubris. What did you guys think about this album? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Whatever you thought, please let me know by commenting down below. And that's all I've got for you guys today. That's all I've got. So thank you all so much for watching. As always, you guys are definitely the best. And until next time, notes out.